Hi there, and welcome to Row. Row is a puzzle module, sort of similar to the 15 tiles sliding puzzle, except there are 16 colors. This white here is not a blank space, it's a color. They are diamond shaped, and the way that this puzzle is operated is pressing one of these center buttons cycles the diamond surrounding it one space counterclockwise, like a rotation. With any good puzzle module, there are many ways to solve the module, and I'll be showing you and demonstrating one method that I find pretty foolproof and pretty quick, but as always, if you have something you like better or a different way to solve the puzzle, you can let me know down below for the good of anyone watching. This method was described to me by my friend Grunkle Squeaky, where he arranges the top, the left side, and then the middle 3x3. Why is this important? Well, I'll show you. So like with many other puzzles, the rotational aspect of it, sort of similar to something where you move the pieces around, means that you need to slot pieces in sometimes like this before you can set them, because if I set the orange here and then try to move the pale piece in, they're swapped because I haven't set them correctly. So what I like to do is when I see a rotation required like this, I'll set the color 1 away from being solved so that it frees up this counter-rotational axis. Slot the pale piece here in, and then when we turn it one more counterclockwise, it all matches up for the top. So we'll repeat the same thing here. I like to set the pink first, so I'll set the pink. Now I'll preset the dark blue here. Set the yellow in so that when I click this alpha 2 button here, it will slot into place. Now we just have this middle 3x3 and we don't have to worry about this outer layer. In essence, we've simplified the puzzle. Great, okay. So we will continue with the same thing. We don't need to set Bravo 2 necessarily here, the lime green, just because it's not paired with anything. These two, if we were to move them up just as they are already in the right configuration. And then we have the brown and dark purple, different from this blue here. If you highlight them, you can see them a little more clearly, actually. So we'll pretend that this dark blue is highlighted to make it more blue. This one is that one right there for clarity. We can preset this brown because we want to move it counterclockwise down 1 in this direction. Then we can move the dark purple to match it and slot it in. Now, this final section could solve immediately and be already set, or in the case of here, there's 2 parities going on. So you can see that the black and white are swapped in their positions, and the purple and gray are swapped in their positions. So if you follow the top row, left column, 3x3 method here, this is the most complex end case you will run into, so I'm kind of glad we got it so I can show it first. But I'd actually like to come back to this, so I will quickly set this up and see if I can't get a different parity case at the end here. So I'll just solve this somewhat quickly. We'll slot the light blue in here. There's our lines. Great, we'll set this up, move the cyan in, slot, then we'll preset the brown, it's already preset, move this over. And is this a simpler parity case? Yes it is, so perfect. You can see here that the black and purple are already set here, it's just the delta 3 and 4 that are reversed here. So we'll come back to this more complex case up here after we've dealt with this case. This is the one swap parity case, which is a majority of the time what will happen, because even if you have something like the black and purple are swapped instead of the white and gray, you can set the black and purple to delta 3 and delta 4 for the method I'm about to describe to you for this. So the solution to this, for just swapping these two pieces and leaving everything else alone, deals with the Bravo 3 and Charlie 2 buttons here. And what it will do is basically cycle everything around except this gray square, so that the white square will end up down here, I believe. The algorithm is Bravo 3, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Charlie 2. And now you can see that the white square has moved from here to here. These surrounding sets have been saved. And now, this will be solved, although you may need to press Charlie 3 once in this case to solve the module. Or, a few times. What's wrong? Exactly. Oh, I've set the top two incorrectly. That's embarrassing. But if it were solved, I hadn't noticed that, I'm so sorry. You would see the solve animation because we've swapped these two. I'll make sure that this one is set up correctly. Yes, it is. I've set these top two correctly. And I will demonstrate the double parity now to you. So you'll see that we will need to swap twice, both the white and black and the gray and purple. So what we'll do is set one of these swaps to that delta 3, delta 4 position. And if you wanted to create an algorithm to swap just Charlie 4 and delta 4, you absolutely could by giving a rotation or a mirror or a movement of the algorithm we use just to swap two pieces. You would just have to adapt it. And so by setting the swaps always to delta 3 and delta 4, you can use the same algorithm once or twice and then solve this little 2x2. So we'll repeat the same algorithm: Bravo 3, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Charlie 2. Now you'll notice that the black and white are in the right positions, but the gray and purple, because the algorithm preserves where the squares are for the most part, are in the wrong place. So we'll set them to delta 3, delta 4, and repeat again: Bravo 3, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Charlie 2. And now, I swear, it'll solve. Good. Again, if you wanted to create an algorithm for this, what would it look like? So this, in theory, should just be the inverse, because I've set, as it were, the parity case to what would be the delta 3, delta 4. So if we wanted to try to recreate it, this would be a flip across this axis, basically, if you can see where my mouse and highlights are. So in theory, it would be Bravo 3, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Charlie 2, and they'll be set. If you run into something like that, if you want to solve it like that, you could, in theory, adapt the solution to whatever the case arises. So I'll solve one more, and we'll call it a day, just to demonstrate everything one more time in crystal clear clarity. Again, thank you to Grunkle Squeaky, because I am not the best person when it comes to algorithms, but once I see a solution that I like, at least, and it makes sense to me, I can't wait to explain it to everyone else so they can also try it out. And this is a really fun puzzle mod, so I would hate to see it issued because people just don't understand the parity and algorithms going on. So everything is set up here. Yes, it is. I haven't swapped these two reds up here, except the gray and purple, so we will set them to the delta 3, delta 4 position, repeat our algorithm, Bravo 3, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Bravo 3, Charlie 2. And we will click, it'll solve. So, this is Row, a puzzle module made by KTaNE. I really like it because I like colors and shapes and rotations. And it can be quite confusing if you arrive at some of the end cases and don't quite understand what to do. I messed around with it for about 45 minutes before I said, oh no, and contacted a real expert. But hopefully now I've understood it, and hopefully now you've understood it too. So you can swap any pieces you desire around with that little algorithm to swap two pieces without touching the outer pieces. In any case, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully now you understand Row just a little bit better.